Hi guys, today we're going to do a quick review of area and perimeter, and then you'll have some math games to play with area and perimeter to practice, and then tomorrow you will be doing some word problems that involve area and perimeter. So quick review for those who forgot, since we haven't used a lot of area and perimeter this school year. Perimeter is the distance around the shape, so you can see in my visual here, I wrote perimeter all the way around my rectangle. And then area is the space inside of the shape. So perimeter outside, area inside. To find the perimeter, we add up all the side lengths. So the formula for perimeter is length plus width equals perimeter. That would be if I had a 4-sided shape. If I had a 3-sided shape, I would add up all 3 sides. If I had a 10-sided shape, I'd add up all 10 sides. A common mistake that people make when doing perimeter, for instance, like if you see this problem of the square, it only has 2 of the sides labeled, so they'll just add 4 plus 4 instead of remembering to add the other 2 4s that are not labeled. So one way to get around that problem is just go and label all the sides, and then you'll remember I need to add up all of those pieces. For area, the formula for area to find the inside of the shape is length times width equals area. Okay, so perimeter again, length plus width is perimeter for a rectangle or a square. And then for area, length times width equals area for the area of a rectangular square. There's other ways to find areas of different shapes, but in 4th grade, we just work on squares and rectangles. And then what we call down here a composite shape. It's a shape that's made up of different rectangles. So we'll look at that one for perimeter. So if I wanted to find the perimeter of this square, both the sides are labeled 4 inches. Like I said before, a common mistake would be to just say 4 plus 4 and say 8 is your perimeter. But that is not, in fact, true. I like to go through and label all the sides just so I don't forget anything. And then I can see, oh yeah, I really need to add up 4 4s. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. 2 4s is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Am I done there? No, I forgot my label. For those of you who said that to the computer screen, I heard you. I forgot my label. 16 inches for the perimeter of that square. Now, if I want to find area, my formula for area, length times width. So I'm going to do 4 times 4. 4 times 4 equals 16. Is that it? Oh, good. You're yelling at the computer screen again. No, make sure you have your label. Inches. And when we do area, we do inches squared. So we just put a little 2 next to our unit of measurement. So if this was 16 feet, it would say FT, and then little 2. If it was centimeters, it would be CM, and then the little 2 to show that it's measured in square units instead of like perimeter, where it's just measured in the unit of measurement. So 16 inches squared with that little tiny 2. Now for this shape, because it is a square and all the sides are the same, and we happen to be multiplying by 4, we have the exact same perimeter and area. That doesn't happen very often. Okay, so it just happened for this one, but that is not always going to be the case. Your area and perimeter are not always going to be exactly the same, but they're not exactly the same anyways, because one is inches and one is inches squared. So don't think, oh, if I get my perimeter, I automatically know my area. That's not true for every single one. It just happened to be for this one. Let's look at this rectangle. We want to do perimeter first. Add up all the sides. Length plus width plus width. I'm going to go through and label all my sides. That side's 1 foot, so this side is 2. That side's 5 feet, so this side is 2. So now that I have those labeled, I can add up all my sides. 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 5. That's 6. And that's 6. 6 plus 6 equals 12. Am I done there? Oh, good. You're yelling at the computer screen again. No, it's 12 feet. Put that label, Mrs. Bentley. Don't forget the label. Now, that is the perimeter, 12 feet. Does it have the little 2 to show squared? Nope, not for perimeter, only for area. So now for my area, I'm going to do my multiplication. My length times my width, 5 feet times 1 feet. We should know by our times 1 rule that anything times 1 is the other number. So I know that the area is 5 feet. Yep, can't forget that too. Squared. Okay, 5 feet squared. Now for this composite shape over here, you're not going to get a ton of problems like this today, but I did want to show it to you because it is something that we talked about in 3rd grade if you were in one of my classes. But we also would want to see it in 4th grade too under our normal circumstances. So if we were finding the perimeter, we would simply add up all the sides to find the perimeter. So I would take all my sides because they're all labeled, and I do 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4. And I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure I have them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Whew. Okay. I'm going to take pieces. 1 plus 3 is 4. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. That's 10. 10 plus 4 equals 14. Do my perimeter. Wait, what? Oh, I forgot my label. Thank you. 14 centimeters squared. Now I want you to think for a second. How would I find the area of that shape? How would I find the area of that shape? Yes, you're right. We could break it up into 2 different rectangles. So I could break it there. Or I could have also put my line here and break it up there. Either way, you'll get the same answer in the end, but it's just up to you how you break it apart. All right, so if I did break that apart and define my area, I would want to find the area of each of my pieces first. So I see that the length of this one is 4 and that the width is 1. I don't want to do 3 that's down here because that is that entire side length. I only want this part of that side length, so I'm going to do 1. So I would do 4 times 1 to find my area and get 4 centimeters squared there. And then I'd want to find my area for this one. I see that, well, 3 is for the entire thing. I don't want the entire thing because I just want this piece of it. Oh, that's 2 centimeters times, oh, the side is 1. 2 times 1 is 2 centimeters squared. And then I would add those 2 pieces together to get my entire area of 6 centimeters squared. Okay. Again, you won't see a ton of these in our work that we're doing right now. You will see a couple of them, but not as many as maybe what we would normally do in our normal circumstances. So, perimeter, distance around the shape, add up all the sides. Common mistake is adding just 2 numbers together. There's no 2-sided shapes in the world, okay? So you at least have 3 or 4 or even more sides, just like we did with the composite shape, to add up. So the formula could be length plus width. Kind of depends on what your shape is, equals perimeter. Area, will always be finding areas of rectangles or shapes that can be broken up into rectangles like the composite. So the area's formula is always length times width equals area. Which leads me to the code word. If you watched all the way to now, you know now that the code word is area. You're going to want to enter that in on the form. I'll know you've watched the video. Have an awesome day. Thanks for your work.